All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
Welcome to the Ninja A-League highlight show for the second leg of the semi-finals. We start at Control Cyber Pitch in Melbourne for the derby between Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory. City took a 1-goal lead into the knockout clash, with the winner on aggregate set to advance to the season decider next weekend. Victory was aiming to atone for last season's grand final loss to the Mariners. City, meanwhile, fell to Sydney FC in the season decider of 2024. In team news, Jeff Hopkins made 2 changes to the starting lineup from the first leg. Alana Janchevsky and Kennedy White came in for Laura Pickett and Chelsea Blissett. Michael Matriciani stuck with the same starting lineup from the Amy Park encounter, with Aideen Keane and Holly McNamara leading the line for the reigning premiers.
So we're underway in the southeast of Melbourne, and the home team, Melbourne City, with just the slightest of comforts, bring a 1-goal lead into this second leg of the semi-final against Melbourne Victory, bragging rights on the line. A Melbourne derby serves as a massive second leg of the semi-final and a spot in the grand final up for grabs. So a bit of work for Victory to do this afternoon, but they're going to have to if they want a spot in this year's Ninja A-League Grand Final. Here's a moment for Kennedy White, has a little turn and shoots on sight. Asking the question is City's defence. Perhaps they thought maybe an offside involved, but nonetheless an early sighter for Victory. With the Citizens, looks to push it past Ray, does very well. Keane blocked just once, and the second time the shot tempts past Courtney Newborn's goal. That's not too far off.
You would have thought she was covered there one-on-one, Aideen Keane, but she makes things happen. She skips past defenders time and time again.
Here's Keane, happy to face forward and run at Ray. Ray, just disciplined defence if she can keep in check with her pace. Keane, again, another good ball across the face of goal. 3 times now, Aideen Keane has produced a really good chance. McKenna's delivery. Stock goes early. Ball through and Newborn's out to punch away. Policina settles with a neat touch. Turner, happy to help it back in where City have numbers. Henry is up. McNamara, McMahon, Keane into Victory's defence. McMahon, well, that's special! The rising star with a spectacular hit. It's a cherry on top of the season that has been standout by the 17-year-old. And it had been building, but what a finish from Shelby McMahon.
Technical masterclass. The rising star, absolutely amazing technique here. Ball bounces up and on the half volley, she buries it. That is phenomenal technique from Shelby McMahon.
Wayward touch finds Ma. Now Furphy. 2 City players to beat. Davidson comes out on top. Ma again reclaims for Victory. Low in tight spaces. Furphy. Nice deft touch, Holly Furphy. Can she fashion something? She can. Just another easy catching practice for Miraz in goal.
Well, this is really well worked from Holly Furphy. She's trying to make things happen.
Ray finds Furphy in space. Furphy tries a shot herself, almost all the way through. Does take a touch from Miraz.
Good positioning once again from Holly Furphy.
City sitting deep back in their own defensive half as Bunge advances forward. Pass left for O'Grady. She pushes inside, pass 1, Turner. Good discipline defending. Still O'Grady, still alive. O'Grady gets the shot away. Solid clearance by Miraz. Still bouncing. Polisina. A skewed shot off the left boot.
Well, O'Grady's tenacity on show. Manages to nip in front of McMahon there and cause a bit of a headache for Mires. Does well to clear. It's a bright start for Melbourne Victory.
Lovely touch from McNamara, who can turn and run at Victory's defensive line. That's a good ball through to Keane as well, who'll go the shot herself. Well, really good chance by Aideen Keane, who limps away from the opportunity. Almost made it 2 for the afternoon. Great play by City.
Very effective transition there from City, and Aideen Keane really does well to power in front of Taylor Ray. But how about the goalkeeping from Courtney Newborn?
Davidson. On to Rossbacken. Now Henry. Nice build-up from City, if they can find an end product as well. Arriving with the strike, and what a good opportunity that would have been for Leah Davidson. Hasn't scored this campaign, the Caps Matilda.
Well, that was a great cutback from Briley Henry, and Davidson, she's had a couple goes of it in recent minutes. Not enough there to beat Courtney Newborn.
Ball through to Kennedy. White will give chase. Stott close for company. White needing some reinforcements. Here's O'Grady. Pushes it inside. O'Grady's delivery. Nicely done to Furphy. Facing the wrong way as it stands. Janchevsky! Blocked well by Otto. It had Mires worried. That's better from Victory.
Otto steps up again. She did her defensive duties off the corner earlier, and she now gets in front of that shot.
Polisina. A little clip in, a little too close. Victory on the charge for the last couple of minutes.
Replay of that moment, Janchevsky's shot where Otto blocks it really well.
So 2 first half goals for Melbourne City across the course of these 2 games.
Victory are in such a difficult position here. They've got to really focus all their energy getting forward. They've got no choice, but then that leaves them vulnerable. Taking that focus off the defensive side of things.
McNamara has a go herself. Almost fashions the spectacular out of nothing.
There was barely a run up there off that shot. The power she generated standing was incredible. The one step and a hit.
Wide to Janchevsky. Across comes Grady. An important touch, but Rossbacken is across to cover again. Furphy, if she can find a centering ball, that will be important. Flannery, a good chance. A little behind the opportunity. Can't quite get it on target. A chance to pull one back. Ma, another good delivery. Great defensive header by Otto. Looking to recycle quickly. That's a good ball. Janchevsky can hit a ball and does so. Bunge now. Now Morrison. A little ricochet. That time it was Silvesca. Flannery on the charge now. Victory. Janchevsky. We saw what she's capable of moments ago. Off the crossbar this time. Well, heart in mouth moments. And hasn't she worked hard this afternoon, Alana Janchevsky? A rueful shake of the head, a smile from Jeff Hopkins.
The anguish, that's the initial one.
Melbourne Victory champions 3 times. Twice under Hopkins' watch. Once back in 2014. And a 4th feels like it's just escaping possibility. Still charged City. Cut back from McNamara. Now Henry, if she can fashion the chance away, scuffs the shot wide.
Well, we knew what was coming there. McNamara and Henry linking up. It was a great cutback. Henry just didn't get the connection she needed to finish.
Furphy is forward, but great numbers behind the ball for Melbourne City. number in the victory blue. Inside the final minute of stoppage time. Morrison. The last charge forward. Janchevsky again mirrors his up. Celebrating is Michael Matriciani.
Matriciani with the fist bump there. I think he knows.
Perhaps the final kick of the game. Newbon is up, the goalkeeper has arrived. Janchevsky to take. Plenty of numbers in the box. Bunge, a glance-in header. And there it is, job done. Melbourne City punch their ticket to the Ninja A-League Grand Final. The Premiers give themselves a chance to do the double, and they do so in style, securing a home Grand Final for season 18 of the competition. Today makes it 9 undefeated against their cross-city rivals, and one that holds arguably the most weight yet. Full time at Control Cyber Pitch. It's your Premiers. Melbourne City 1 over Melbourne Victory 0.
To Potarua Park, where Wellington Phoenix was looking to overturn a 1-goal deficit against Brisbane Roar to qualify for a maiden grand final. Bev Priestman made one change from the first leg starting 11, with teenage striker Pia Flock replacing Mackenzie Anthony. Alex Smith also made a solitary change, with Dutch forward Bente Janssen taking the place of an injured Ruby Cuthbert. Matilda's legend Tameka Yallop remained on the bench as the Roar set their sights on a first grand final appearance in 12 years.
And we are underway. Bathed in sunshine. Pia Flock installed back into Bev Priestman's starting 11 with an early touch. Out to Nunn, who slings across it. An early sighter for Chloe Lincoln. Australian international goalkeeper. Perhaps see a few seats available on that far side. I can honestly tell you, the crowd is still coming in. So far in the opening exchanges, they haven't missed too much. As Brisbane make their first foray to Wellington's penalty area. And off the crossbar, we've got a whistle.
Yeah, great play from Brisbane, and I think the ball was deemed to just go out there.
Thought I caught a glimpse of Josh Oloyemi a minute ago. As Brisbane are in here, is this the moment? Straight at the goalkeeper, and you can see the frustration from Daisy Brown. Well, a big opportunity early. Well, on the half-hour mark, rather. There's a big chance on here. Look to pick the pass. I thought perhaps she'd go for goal. Janssen, 8 goals to her name already this season. Leading scorer for Brisbane. Tried to turn provider. I thought on that favoured right foot, maybe pinging something at the top corner would have been the option. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We can watch as Woods up and over. And we reached parity at Potarua Park. Michaela Woods beats the offside trap, lifts the ball over the advancing Chloe Lincoln, and sends the home fans into screams of delight.
Fantastic goal from the American Michaela Woods. Look at what it means to this home fan, going absolutely crazy. What a difference Pia Flock has made. She didn't start last week. As we look back at the chance moments earlier, Bente Janssen probably could have pulled the trigger, cutting in on her right side, but Wellington Phoenix broke away with some degree of mastery. Look at that. The ball through over the top, one touch, slots it home past the oncoming Chloe Lincoln, and it's 1-0 to the Knicks. Absolute legend of the game. She knows what grand finals is all about. She scored in the grand final, and 2008, 2009, and again in 2010-11 when she helped the Raw to the victories back then. They haven't tasted victory in the A-League since that 2012 competition. Would they love to do it again if they can advance today?
Brooke Nunn picks the ball up. It's good delivery. And headed out by Medwin. Vlock has a chance. And Woods just sweeps it past the right-hand upright. A rueful glance from Michaela Woods.
Phil Eiffel talked about getting Brooke Nunn into the game more in the second half. It was a great ball in from the right-hand side. Pia Vlock, her eyes lit up there. Get the next pass, and Mania Elliott just doing a bit too much there, but she's had a great season, Mania Elliott.
Ball delivered in. Double blow on the whistle. Vic Essen scrambled. Daisy Brown is down, just being checked on.
2 players down for the Brisbane Roar. As we look at the first one, it was a sandwich, wasn't it? Tamika Yellop just getting caught in there, then Vic Essen coming through. Now she would want to add to that tally today.
Well, in the scheme of the match, it was a crucial one last week, wasn't it? As, that has us tied up. There's Michaela Woods, who scored today's goal. Tumbles down, Brooke Nunn wants a foul. Caitlin Williams shakes her head and play continues. Yellop just harrying Mackenzie Barry, now double-teamed. Gets out of it by accident rather than by design, Mackenzie Barry. Now possession coughed up by Angie Beard. Can the Phoenix make Brisbane pay? Out to Nunn. Looks to square up. Seidel. Here's the strike. Off the crossbar. Well, the crowd held their breath. Not sure whether that was the intention, but the outcome had everyone on the edge of their seat.
Well, this is what finals football is all about. It's inches, it's moments where big players step up. And I think she was going for goal there, Brooke Nunn. Trying to chip Chloe Lincoln in goal. There's not much time to do it in regular time.
That would have been a spectacular way to swing advantage to Wellington. As Anthony tees up Michaela Woods. And it's agonisingly wide from Michaela Woods. Mackenzie Anthony, what an impact she's making since coming on as a second-half substitute. And Woods with a huge chance to win.
Yeah, great ball in from Anthony there. She had a good first touch, perhaps just didn't get her bearings quite right there, just wide of the upright.
15 seconds. I think Victoria Essen is happy to eat every one of those 15 seconds up. All eyes are on Caitlin Williams now. Or is there a moment still? It's Woods. Can she win it? Saved. And unbelievable defending. Unbelievable goalkeeping, is it? Denied and clawed away. Wellington, crestfallen. Woods has had 2 huge opportunities.
She had all the goal to aim at, and including that angle, very tight, hit the upright. Chloe Lincoln, full credit, but that could have put the game to bed. A great chance for Woods.
Full time here at Porirua Park. We are heading to extra time. Jale storms through midfield. He's got Brooke Nunn looming up on the outside. What does Nunn have? Looks to go on the outside, evades a challenge. Can she pick a cross? Inviting. Just got a toe to it. I think it was Studer. Saw the hand go straight up from Yellop. As Barry elects to take a touch. Gets into a tussle. All eyes on Caitlin Williams. Whistle remains at her side. There's a foul on Daisy Brown. Yellop, I think, is on one leg. Trying to shake it out, and she goes to ground.
This is not the sight you want to see if you're a Brisbane Roar fan.
It looks as though there's going to be Kira Myers. Well, an unfortunate end to Tamika Yallop's afternoon.
Tough road for her. She's 34 years of age, turning 35. Maybe she's holding on to play in the World Cup in Brazil, but these injuries are just something that it gets tougher as you get later into your career.
Early ball played through from Brooke Nunn. And a mistake. Michaela Woods capitalises, rolls the ball home and reels away in celebration with her teammates. The yellow fever hit the roof. Advantage Phoenix.
Absolute class from Michaela Woods. She put that last chance in the second half behind her like a good striker can. No worries for her. On to the next. And she took her opportunity. Another left-footed strike. 2 goals in this game. Heinenberg playing the ball out there to the wing for Brooke Nunn to play it first time. What vision from Brooke Nunn there. And it was a rare mistake from Angie Baird at the back. Looked like she had it covered. Michaela Woods keeping her cool and getting that crucial second goal for the home side.
Fans across the ditch will be willing this towards Victoria Esson's goal. Is this their route back into the tie? Delivery is right on top of the goalkeeper. And in the end, no touch. Goes for a goal kick. Doesn't have the legs. Brisbane defending right to the very end. Caitlin Williams calls it. History made for Wellington Phoenix. They advance to an A-League's grand final for the very first time. The Yellow Fever celebrate. Porirua Park explodes. Crestfallen. Brisbane Roar players everywhere. But Bev Priestman has masterminded her side into the grand final, where Melbourne City await. Scenes of jubilation. The players, Michaela Woods, the hero of the day. 2 goals to her. History made. Job done, Bev Priestman, but 1 to come.
Wellington Phoenix have booked their first ever grand final spot, edging Brisbane 3-2 on aggregate after extra time. The Knicks will meet 4-time A-League champions Melbourne City in next weekend's decider at Amy Park. After winning 3 straight premierships, City is now aiming for their first title since lifting the trophy back in 2020. Join us again next week to see which team will be crowned Ninja A-League champions for season 2025-26. Until then, it's goodbye.